like to bring the board meeting for August 28th to order. Can we have a roll call? Is Monica here? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
Pledge
see her.
allegiance first.
Pardon me?
Dr.
Pledge
Hyde,
allegiance.
Here.
Mr. Moreno,
Here.
Mrs. Quintana,
Here.
Mr. Rolla,
Here.
Mr. Thomas.
Here.
May we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I did this backwards. Roll call. I did that. Approval of the minutes for June 26th.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Approval of the minutes for August 14th, 2018. Roll call.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the August 14, 2018 minutes.
I second.
Roll call.
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
And I'd like to amend the agenda. I need a motion to amend the agenda for item 36 in personnel actions, where the effective date is June 31st, 2018, and the correct date needs to be May 31st, 2018. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda with the corrections stated by the chair.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Audience comments. I would like to have, I forgot. By policy, everything has to be done correctly, no names called. We can handle the criticism, but it needs to be done in a positive where we can learn from it and make corrections. So, right now, I'd like to call up Landon Mascarenos. And you have 3 minutes.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me tonight, Board. Thank you for your service to your community. Democratic governance of our school districts is one of the most important functions of our American system of education, so thank you for your service to our communities. My name is Dr. Landon Mascareñas, and I work for an organization called A+ Colorado. We are an independent research and advocacy organization dedicated to the pursuit of honest understanding and honest data and analysis of how school districts are functioning across the state of Colorado. So I first off want to congratulate you for your recent improvement in terms of some student test scores, some rankings on the state report card. And I also want to applaud you for your proactive communication that you sent out earlier this week to parents and families, not only communicating this information, but also indicating how far there is to go for too many kids in Adams 14. I think that takes a lot of responsibility and takes a lot of ownership from a school district, so I want to say thank you for that type of public leadership. I worked in a turnaround school in New Mexico. My mom's worked in turnaround schools. My sisters worked in turnaround schools. I come from a family of educators, and I know this work is really hard. And unfortunately, without shame or blame, I know that there are too many kids in Adams 14 currently not getting the world-class education they deserve. So what I would like to share with you tonight is not any easy answers or no easy solutions, but a data report that we put together at A+ Colorado that analyzes the current status of the most recent state data that just came out. May I approach the dais and share the information?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
As you can see through the course of the information, it'll show you where Adams 14 on the most recent state assessment data compares to other school districts in the metro area. It'll show you where Adams 14 students are or are not making progress compared to their peers in the state. It'll share, obviously, what we just talked about, which there was some improvement across Adams 14 in some rankings, but still some major challenges in the system. And then on the last slide, some information broken down by demographics. And I can share this electronically for you as well, so you can have it electronically to be able to share and review. So I just want to say, again, thank you for your service. You can look through this data. A+ stands as an opportunity to be a thought partner, a constructive critic. We work with school districts around the state for the opportunity to look at data like this and help them think through what potential recommendations and paths forward are in terms of some of their work. We know that there are many challenges, but again, there are no easy answers or no easy solutions. So again, thank you for your service, and look forward to being in touch with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Kimberly Sia. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the board. I'm Kimberly Sia, the CEO of KIPP Colorado Schools. And I want to first start off tonight and congratulate you on the green ratings on the state performance framework for 3 of your schools. We are really excited to see the progress that's being made here in Adams 14. And I know everyone in this room is really committed to ensuring the students in Adams 14 have access to great schools, and we are eager to partner with you to achieve this. We appreciate the careful consideration that you're taking with our application that we recently submitted to open a new KIPP school here in Adams 14. Community input has been a guiding principle for us in this process, and we welcome the board's request for additional time to ensure that community members' voices are heard. Following the Adams 14 School District staff's request for a 30-day extension and your approval on August 14th to move forward with that extension request, I'm happy to report that last Friday, the KIPP Colorado Board of Directors did unanimously approve a 30-day request. As we look ahead to the key dates and milestones, we recognize that tonight's resolution in front of you is for a 34-day extension because your November 13th board meeting is outside of the extension window of 30 days. We're happy to work with the district and with our own board of directors to discuss adding an additional 4 days in order to hit this November 13th deadline, and have talked to Monica about what happens once you all review that this evening. We remain excited for the opportunity to work with Adams 14 to open a new school option here for students and families, and we look forward to sharing more about KIPP Colorado as we go through this interview process together. Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor, did you want to?
Is that all of them?
Yes.
I was going to ask Madam President if I could just elaborate a little bit on what they were talking about on
Yes.
green schools. Good. I
Go
just
ahead.
want to share with everyone here that for the first time in our district, we have 3 performing schools or green schools and 4 yellow schools, which are improvement. We have never done that before, and we also hope to continue because we're going to maybe do some requests to reconsider, and we might possibly get more. So that is a great accomplishment in our district, something that has never been done before. So that's one thing I want to share with you. And what are those schools? Again, I think we have some principals here, and we want to thank you for all your hard work. But the schools that went to yellow, and again, Monaco, I think this is the first time that the elementary school moved to yellow, so thank you so much for that. DuPont also moved to yellow, and a great accomplishment. Thank you. Adams City Middle School stayed yellow, and Lester Arnold has been yellow. And then on the green schools, we were able to have ALSUP for the first time become a green school, which is the highest performing, so thank you to your staff and principal. Also, we have KIPP that moved up, and they moved up 2 categories to get to that green. And again, reliable Kearney Middle School, 2 times they stayed at green, so they're leading the district as far as green. But we do want to thank the board, because we know that for those schools to get green, it really depends a lot on you. So as a superintendent, I want to thank you for putting those millions of dollars into our technology that is allowing all our students to have their own personal computer. That's one thing you do for us. And we really do appreciate all the money you put into curriculum and instruction, because that's what's going to move our district to another level. A lot of money you have allowed for professional development for our students, for our parents, for our staff, so thank you. And again, just from the meeting I heard today, that you want to set the bar higher for expectations. Again, as a superintendent, I appreciate your leadership, and I just want to let you know that our team does also. So thank you for your guidance, and we will try to meet your goal. No, we will meet your goal, because we're on the right path that we said we would not have any red schools this year. We do not. I know the goal is to have all schools at performing and improving by the end of the school year, so we're right on target. I think all we need to do is maybe get 3 more, and we will reach the goal. So thank you for your leadership.
Can we get a picture of all the principals from the schools, the principals that are here?
Sure.
Because I think it's a great time.
Do you want them up?
Yeah.
Monaco, I see you're here. Come on. Dr. Lechuga, Pat, all the principals, please come
Alsep.
up here.
Central,
All the principals we would like up here.
high school.
High school, we need you up here, because you're not where we need to be, but we're getting there. You moved up.
Is Cameron?
You want to go down there and shake their hands?
Yeah, can we get Cameron to, oh, there's Cameron.
That'd be great. We don't have the in-house photographer today, so. iPhone 7 version. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to Consent items. 1.0. Can I have a motion for 1.0? Personnel.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 1.0 personnel.
Okay. May I have a second?
I second.
Roll call.
Do you want to ask for discussion? prior to-
Discussion. You know, I was just thinking that.
Point of order. Madam Chair, no discussion on consent agenda items.
Okay. Roll call.
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Next, we're going to business 1.0 resolution. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 1.0 resolution number 18-009, proclamation of September as Attendance Awareness Month.
Is there any, can I have a second?
I second that.
Discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
2.1, superintendent's, no. 2.1 is superintendent's recommendation policy JH-revised, second reading / adoption, student absences and excuses. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 2.1, Superintendent's Recommendation, Policy JH concerning student absences and excuses on second reading.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
How many readings do we have?
Usually this one will be the one we,
This is the final?
yeah. Can I have roll call?
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Business 2.2, Superintendent's Recommendation, Policy JH-R-removal, second reading / adoption, guidelines for student absences and excuses. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 2.2, Superintendent's Recommendation, Policy JH-R, concerning guidelines for student absences and excuses on second reading.
Second? Can I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? May I have a roll call?
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
We're going to go to grants now, 3.0. 3.1, Superintendent's Recommendation Approval to accept grant funds from the School Turnaround Leaders Development Program. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 3.1.
Second?
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Madam Chairman, I'd like to know whether the $102,000 that we're contemplating spending for this program represents the full amount, the full monetary cost of this training, or whether there are other financial costs.
Dr. Brago?
Yes. Yeah, the 102,000 will cover that. We've already started this program, as a matter of fact. We started sending our teachers during the summertime. They went to the training, and now they are going to be going to different trainings. I believe the next one's going to be out of state, and it is covered by the by this grant.
Thank you.
Roll call?
Dr. Hyde,
Aye.
Mr. Moreno,
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana,
Aye.
Mr. Rolla,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
4.1, under Other, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval of In-State Overnight Trip to Vail, Colorado for 2018 Case Superintendent's Conference. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.1.
Can I have a second?
So move.
Discussion? If none, roll call.
Dr. Hyde?
Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
4.2, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval for Adams City High School and Lester Arnold High School to contract with the University of Denver. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.2.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? No discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Hyde?
Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 4.3, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval of Out-of-State Travel to Anaheim, California to attend the 30th Annual National Association for the Education of Homeless Children and Youth Conference. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.3.
A second, please.
Madam Chair, I second.
Discussion? No discussion? Roll call, Monica, please.
Dr. Hyde?
Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 4.4, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval to extend the decision of the District KIPP Charter School Application for an additional 34 days. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.4.
A second?
Madam Chair, I second that motion. I second.
Discussion? No discussion?
Madam Chair.
Roll call, oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just curious if this was gone over in the study session, I apologize, if we have a breakout of the schedule with the new timeline.
Yes, and we covered all that during our study session, and I believe they're going to have some more opportunities for the board members to ask any questions, and they will answer in detail, but they covered that during our study session.
Thank you.
Ms. Burke, can you get Mr. Moreno those dates so he can have them, please? Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Hyde?
Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 4.5, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval to contract with Colorado/West Equipment for a 5-year lease for 4 school buses. Motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.5.
May I have a second?
Madam Chair, I second.
Discussion? No discussion? Monica, can I have roll call?
Dr. Hyde?
Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 4.6, Superintendent's Recommendation, Approval of Memorandum of Understanding for our partnership with Salud and Kids First for dental services for all Adams 14 students. Motion, please.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of item 4.6.
Second.
Madam Chair, I second.
Any discussion? No discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Hyde?
Aye. Aye.
Mr. Moreno?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to discussion items, 5.0. 5.1, Board Member, School and Committee Assignments is the topic. Can I have a motion to discuss it?
Madam Chair, on this
Mm-hmm.
topic, I'm not sure if we want to engage in a complete shifting of board responsibilities. I would be happy to just fill in wherever Mr. Archuleta had left off, if that's the pleasure of the board, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay, can we have, should, anybody else have anything on it? We have 2 slots open. Mr. Rolla, are you okay with leaving it as is, or do you want to change?
No, it's good.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes, it's good, but I was gonna bring up something too, far, if we gonna leave the board assignments, far as it's going to board schools, board powers and responsibility falls up under board policy BBA. And under 15, it states, to visit the schools and observe instructions. So for board members, that means the policy does have to be updated because it's last been updated '09, but we also have to go in and sign in, make
Yes.
sure we sign out, and let the principals know that we are in the building, and let somebody know. But not only that, we as board members just can't go in buildings and just ask principals or teachers or whatnot, can we speak to them, and they have to do their daily routine, pull teachers out of classrooms. That's not part of our job. Our job is to observe instructional, watch, look, and not critique and give criticism. That's not part of the Board of Education. So I don't have a problem with us keeping our assignments. Let's also remember board policy BBA, to visit the schools and observe instructions, not telling principals to have meetings with them. That's not our job. We go through the superintendent, and the superintendent relays that and have meetings. We don't go in buildings and pull teachers out, and that's not for us. So we need to respect them, they position, just like they respect us. So that's, and part of the end of that board policy, it does states, the board recognizes that all powers lie in the action as a group and individual. Board members exercise their authority over district affairs only as they vote in an official session. At other times, board members have no official authority regarding school matters. So bear in mind what that says. We can observe, but we cannot dictate to the principals how to run their buildings.
Anybody else? No? Okay, go ahead, Doug.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, Ms. Savina, it sounds like there's going to be consensus for the board that I'll be the principal liaison to the DAC and to area boards, and the alternate on the legislative, and then fill in as the board liaison to Hanson and Monaco.
Monaco and Hanson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're gonna be area boards? Is that what you said?
That's correct.
And DAC?
Mm-hmm.
I think,
And legislature,
I think Mr. Archuleta was attending, also part of Rotary, since you're already part of Rotary.
I will, thank you, Mr. Rolla. I will fill in there as well.
And you will be my alternative?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're in communications. So the board is going to have a retreat on September 12th, 13th, 14th, 12, 13, 14. We don't know where yet, but it's going to be 3 to 7 p.m. And we're going to have certain topics on our agenda. Mr. Thomas, do you know some of the topics that we're going to speak on?
Yes, I think we just left with Ms. Ball to go over accountability.
The UIP?
Yes, the UIP, the framework. Also to, with Mr. Milner, finance, and accountability of this finance within the district, and superintendent evaluation, and the board evaluation of each other. That's about all for right now I could think of.
Okay. And we have the calendars on page 48. So that is everything that's going on during so far that we know of, up until June 11th, I think, or June 25th. So we have certain items on the back of the agenda that we know are going to be taking place during this time of the year. So that's about it. Great meeting. And we might have are we
No
going to have?
communications? You're not gonna let anybody?
Are we going to have,
If you need to.
do you want exact?
I don't have an agenda.
Do you have anything on? No? Okay, no exact. Okay. So communications? Go ahead.
Yes, I'd just like to say that I attended, Mr. Harvest and I were there at opening day for the football game, and it was a great turnout by our faculty, parents, got to talk to a lot of parents, got to talk to some of the kids, and it was a good turnout. It was a good game for the first quarter and a half, correct, Mr. Thomas? I thought we were in the ball game. So it turned out to be a fun night. It was a good night. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, mosquitoes weren't around. So, got to see the kids. They did a good job for a quarter and a half, and they kind of fell apart there a little bit. Secondly, they went to the girls' softball game, a couple games of theirs, and they've been playing well. They've done a good job. One inning ball game that ended up in the last inning where they got beat, but it was a good game all the way. They were behind. They made a good comeback and did well. Lastly, I did attend the Kearney awards there that they had, and I'd just like to commend the staff and the students, because those staffs were generated, boy, they were really hyped up. When they asked them, are we stopping here? They said no, and they said another year of green, another year of green. So they're believing, and I commend the Kearney staff. I don't see any of them here, but they really have.
Over there,
Oh, there he is. He's hiding, okay. So commend them for really getting those kids fired up, and they were well behaved. All they had to do was raise their hand like this, and the kids knew exactly what that meant, and they stopped. So I didn't get a chance to attend the others earlier because I was busy golfing, but hopefully I'll attend the rest that we have this week, and I think that's it.
Dr. Hyde?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. Mr. Thomas?
I just want to say that attended DAC. I think we should get more parents out there. I feel that we should do a lot more. Congratulations on all the schools in the district. I believe we did a great job. We could do better, a lot better, so congratulations on that. Attended the football game with Mr. Roller. He treated me to a hot dog as usual. Thank him for that. But serious note, congratulations, Adams 14. I'm very proud of you for all you do for our district, through everything you do. So thank you so much.
And I want to thank everybody for all their thoughts while I was under the laser, I guess you call it. but, because I really needed it, it was bad. But what I did was I went to DAC, and I thought it was pretty positive, you know, but I'd like to see more parents. And I don't say staff stay away, but I would like to see more parents, even if it's just a couple from each school that start attending. If we can get 2 from each school or 3 from each school, you know, to commit to going to DAC, I think that would give us a good start. I went to the celebrations for ALSUP, and believe me, that was hard for me because I finally made it to that year where I'm relaxed in retirement. For 5 years, I was getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. This last year, I was kind of sleeping in a little, you know, but I enjoyed it. The kids were so enthusiastic. The staff also was just elated about what they did. I thought it was amazing, you know. And then I went to camp, and camp was just marvelous. The kids, they were doing this, dancing to this music, and the staff was all excited. It was great. And then I went to Kearney. Kearney's was just remarkable because they did it 2 years in a row, green. And some people said we couldn't do that. I know green is not high enough. We're going to get there. We're going to keep going higher and higher academically. So I just want to say it was great to go through that. And I'm not taking anything away from, can I say this, DuPont? Because DuPont, you did it. And thank you everybody for all your commitment. I know it was a very strenuous year, but we did it. And I know we can continue doing it because great minds think alike, right? So just keep on. We're here to support you. Thank you, and that's it. Anybody else? John, nothing?
I just want to
Dr.
add
J?
that, thank you so much, and then we continue celebrations. We did the big one on Monday, but we're still going to the schools, and we're having luncheons and breakfast with them, so thank you very much for your help with that, too, because we want to continue to motivate all our staffs. Thank you again to the board. And Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for your comments. We greatly appreciate them.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
I love this.